Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, when you hit your teens, I ain't really what it seems. Try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one.
¿Cómo están, chicos? Bienvenidos a un nuevo directo. No pensaba hacerlo, pero vamos a estar reaccionando hoy al live que van a sacar de FIFA 24. Entonces vamos a darle cañita, mis panas. Vayan acomodándose todo. Entonces vamos a verlo. Ya casi va a empezar. En que cargue. Ya le subo el volumen. Y ya esperar que cargue porque no sé. Hola, mis panas. Creo que ahí se ve todo bien, sí. Ahí se ve todo bien. Esperen que se quedó ahí cargando. Peleamos recargar porque no sé qué pasó. Se quedó ahí pensando si carga o no carga. Hello. La monda se queda como pensando, no sé. Y ahora sí. Creo que ahora sí. Vale, voy a bajar un poco el sonido. Listo, ya vengo, mis panas. Pero es que no sé, se queda como cargando ahí. Ah, mierda, puta, o ese se comentó el internet, marica. Está comiendo todo el internet. Esta mierda. Marico, ese de mierda. Come todo el internet. Puta vida. Comenzó, vamos.
Triangles. From total football, tiki-taka, gegenpressing. This is football's DNA. Always been in the game. Now, it's in the name. The shape of football's future. On the pitch, in the culture, to the world. Triangles.
Bebero.
Please welcome CEO of Electronic Arts, Andrew Wilson.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Amsterdam, considered by many to be the birthplace of modern football. And tonight, I hope you'll agree, we're going to take another giant leap forward. As I look out in the audience, I see a lot of familiar faces, people who've been on this journey with us for more than 2 decades. And I know that what we have on the live stream is many, many millions of people around the world who have contributed maybe in the most important way by playing our game, competing with each other, enjoying the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat as part of our EA Sports football experiences. To quote many great people who have come before me, football is life. And as part of that, our lives are full of these stories fueled by football. For me, as if you couldn't figure it out already, I grew up in Australia. And in amongst rugby and cricket and surfing and other crazy stuff, we played football. We called it soccer there, but it was football. I played on a great team with great people who went on to do some pretty extraordinary things. But what's most important for me for that time are the friendships that I forged, friendships that have lasted me a lifetime. As I grew, in addition to sweet, interesting characteristics, midfielder, or playmaker. I joined,
que creo que eso le está hablando.
for me, watching Lampard and Drogba.
Que esto no lo vimos.
And Fulham were great, but Chelsea was my team. And I've been criticized a great deal over the years for being a Chelsea fan for all kinds of different reasons. But for me, watching Lampard and Drogba play was electrifying. And I couldn't get around Europe. I have a jacket on, and I stand, and I buy beanies and scarves and socks and whatever paraphernalia I could get on my body to keep me warm. I went to the bar and grabbed a drink and worked my way to my seat. I put my drink down and began cheering with my friends and fans around me, and for what seemed like minutes, I bent down to pick up my drink, and it was frozen. As an Aussie kid who grew up on the beach, I'd never seen this kind of environmental dark magic. So as I stood there clenching this ice cube shaped as a cup, looking enviously at those around me drinking warm red wine, I thought to myself, this is football. But it did prepare me for the next chapter of my football story, which was I got invited to go to Vancouver, Canada, where it also gets a little cold from time to time, and become part of the EA Sports football video game team. We were the UN of video game development. We were 19 nationalities speaking what felt like 20 different languages. And for those of you that were part of the journey back then, the game we had then isn't the game we have now. And we would come to work every day united by this one thing, this passion, this love that we had for football. And we would challenge ourselves and ask ourselves the question, what happens if we go all in? What if we give this everything we've got at a time where it wasn't our biggest game as a company, at a time where it wasn't the biggest sports game in the world, but it was the biggest game in the world, and we felt like it deserved everything we had, and we challenged ourselves, could we change the way football video games are played? Well, it's 2010 since I was able to work directly with that team. I went on to do some different things in the company and ended up here before you today. But as I look back, what that team, in partnership with all of you, all of our friends, all of our partners, all of our players, what that team has done is truly extraordinary. We have 150 million fans, which if you measured us as a country would make us the 9th biggest country in the world. Last year alone, we had 9 billion hours of play, more than 3 times the viewership of the world's biggest linear entertainment properties. It's hard to argue that together we came and we changed the way football video games were played. But if we let ourselves think just a little more broadly and a little more ambitiously, and I think about the evolution of creativity and athletic performance inside of our game, I think about the fact that many of the biggest teams in the world, in the biggest leagues in the world, use our game in their youth programs to develop this great young talent that's coming up. And if I watch what happens on the pitch on Sundays, it's hard to argue that maybe, just maybe, just a little way, we have changed the way football is played. But this is not about my story. This is about all of our stories. This is about our collective story, how we've come together, how football has fueled the great things in our lives. Collectively, we believe in the power of football. It's the biggest game in the world, but it's more than just a game. Today, we're going all in again, taking what we believe is one of the biggest steps possible. We believe in the football community. So again, thank you for being here. Welcome to EA Sports FC.
Se viene.
Welcome to the club.
Bienvenidos al club, vamos. Ale, ale, ale.
And without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to President of EA
Me siento bien
Sports
chido de
and
todo
dear
lo que
friend of
está haciendo y
mine,
este compa.
Cam Weber.
Thanks, Andrew. And let me echo my thanks to everyone for being here with us in Amsterdam, and to all of you in the community that are joining us on the live stream. It means the world that you're here with us today, because this is for all of you, for everyone who loves football. And this is bigger than games. We are here because something
I
about
think
sport
about
in
the
its purest
evolution
forms,
of
the connection,
creativity and athletic
competition,
performance.
teamwork, passion, athletes doing
Just a
extraordinary
little way.
things.
All
Something
of
about all of that
more than
moves
just
us
a
each
game.
in deep and personal ways.
We believe.
That's what's always drawn me to sports.
Fine.
Many of you, I'm
Without
sure.
further ado,
I
I'd like to
played
introduce you to
football as a young
President of
kid.
EA
Me siento
Sports
bien
Little
chido de
and
todo
dear
lo que
friend
está
of
haciendo
mine,
y
together with
este
my
compa.
teammates on
Cam
the pitch,
Weber.
the build-up of touches, combining together to put the ball in the back of the net. I experienced why football really is a beautiful game. And as a Canadian, I also grew up going to Vancouver Whitecaps matches with my dad that I remember when I was a little guy. And fast forward far into the future to today, and now I spend my Saturday mornings watching Premier League matches with my son, who also played football as his first sport as well. And we spent a lot of time playing our games as well. You know, once football is part of you, it never really leaves. Football is also where I began with EA Sports. I was part of that UN of football that Andrew just talked about up in Vancouver. I was a little part of that. That was the point where I saw and felt the true power of football on a global scale. How our studio teams rallied to bring these experiences to life. The relentless focus on gameplay innovation, keeping pace with the real world of football, and reaching to connect players in all corners of the world. Through it all, I've seen two things to be true. One, football has a real soul to it. And as fans, athletes, artists, and creators, I'm sure you all feel that too. That limitless excitement for what could happen next. Two, football is also really about skill. There's a technicality to it, but also there's power, and that creates unpredictable moments. Football's never static. It's always evolving, always moving. And at EA Sports, we carry these two principles as well. We call them authenticity and innovation. They're central threads, foundational pieces of what EA Sports is all about. With authenticity, we're going to create FC experiences that champion a new culture of play through everything that makes up the soul of football, from athletes to teams to competitions to fan communities. And with innovation, we're about to take the single biggest leap in technology and immersion that interactive football has ever seen. We've said from the start that we're building the world's biggest football club with EA Sports FC, and we meant it. That's a commitment to all of you. Built on soul and skill of football, authenticity and innovation, growing it all together. We've got millions of fans engaging with our platform every day. But beyond that, we also recognize our responsibility to elevate and drive participation in the sport as well. And that extends beyond the digital world. So with EA Sports FC Futures, we have a $10 million plan to meaningfully invest in community-level football on a global scale. We're proud to be partnering with football organizations and icons from across the globe to inspire young football players, providing access to new and refurbished pitches, drills, and equipment. And we'll bring some of these pitches to our FC game experiences as well. And in partnership with UEFA, we've also developed a series of free training videos using our in-game skills mode, for young players and community coaches to use for everyday training. Through EA Sports FC, we're able to do so much more for fans. We're partnering with brands that share our commitment to growing the love of football. We've got so much exciting collaborations coming up and look forward to sharing more of that with you in the future. So, it all begins here, in the cradle of modern football in Amsterdam. Here's a film that represents the future of football that we're building together with our fans and our players and all of you. Welcome to the club.
Bien, bien. Todo lo que está apareciendo bien.
30 years of packing the stands and putting you on the pitch. But it's time to get closer. There we go.
Acá está el tráiler, mi gente.
One that spirit can't be broken.
Este es como el tráiler.
From this close, icons become just teammates. Limits look more like milestones. Like making that dream move a reality. Or setting a bar for the next generation to beat. The closer you get, the more you start to feel a bit of magic. The kind that inspires generations. Gives us legends to learn from and pushes us to become better. It dares us to take risks and we back those who do the same.
Hola, soy Vinicius.
You can rep your childhood club
El
and wear
Haaland.
any color. All you gotta do is play.
Ronaldinho.
Closer to each other and closer to the world's game. I don't need to tell you that though. You're part of this. Always have been. And you're in good
La
company.
foto de ellos ahí.
Welcome to the club.
Bienvenidos al club. Bien.
Thanks so much to Cam for sharing that with us. A great film showcasing EA Sports' ability to bring fans closer. Closer to football, closer to each other, and closer to the world's game. It's fitting that we're here in Amsterdam, the home of total football. This city has given so much to the game,